Good evening. I'm in the mood to play some guitar tonight and do something a little different. Actually, I've been kind of bemoaning the fact that I've been not playing enough thrash, or, even heavier stuff than I usually do. Because I used to actually play in a speed metal band years ago. Now, this band isn't a speed metal band, but they're pretty friggin' awesome. And this was, take you back to 1983, all right? So I'm walking through a record store up in Albany, New York. Actually, it was Schenectady. Place called Record Town. And, I was always looking for something new, something I hadn't heard that looked cool. You had to kind of go by the covers and flip a coin and hope you didn't completely blow it. So the album I found, and this is actually the original album, was this one. Merciful Fate's Melissa album. Never heard them in my life. So, I'm looking at this thing, and I don't know how well you can see the cover there. But, I was like, these guys look like some pretty scary dudes. All the upside down crosses and evil lyrics and stuff. It's like, it might be all right, So got it home and listened to it, and first thing I noticed was like the voice, King Diamond, and on my first sitting I was like, what is that, because sometimes a great band can be blown by a lousy singer. So King Diamond was kind of an acquired taste for me. Once I started to just sort of kind of tune out some of his more annoying falsettos and sort of get my mind around what they were trying to do, I really loved them. At first I thought they sounded like Iron Maiden a bit because of the dual guitar work, but they have their own sound, real complex rhythms, some very tasty neoclassical style guitar. I wouldn't consider either guitar player to be like a virtuoso, but they were like definitely top of their game. They're great players, and those would be Hank Sherman and Michael Benner. And this here is that's the inside sleeve, and you may see there. I actually got to meet Hank Sherman. He signed this back in October 23rd, 1993 in Atlanta, when they were playing the International Ballroom, actually in Doraville. So yeah, there's a lot of stories I could really tell about Merciful Fate, but I'm kind of going to get right down to it and play some music. This one was the first song that really hit me, and that I loved when I first heard it. It's called Into the Coven. And honestly, I've never played this before today. Gout's honor. Why? Well, because there was no readily available sheet music, I can just quickly learn it. Because, if I have to learn something by ear, it's like, here we go. You have to grind over it a bit more. So I spent maybe an hour with this, just learned it. I found a kind of a very primitive tab for it, but it worked. And so I'm going to do this thing, and this is Into the Coven from Melissa. So let's try this. And I'm going to admit, I have one little cheat sheet here because there's just one part of the solo I don't remember. I can't burn it into my head. So I might glance down just to get the beginning. is, Into the Coven, Merciful Fate. Yeah, it's kind of goofy listening to him shriek about, like, Lucifer and Satan the whole time, and, you know, sorry, there's no, like, I'm not into that shit. You know, but, you know, it's like playing Slayer or something, you know, you just, it's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, Angel of Death, you know, okay. You sort of have to tune it out and focus on just the music, and I'm all about, you know, the great music, and whatever his agenda is, well, it's his trip. So, anyway, that's all for tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. It was fun. We'll do it again sometime. Bye.